pride, ladies and gentlemen. More pride. This is called public indecency. Soy volunteer. Okay. Okay, so that's what's going on in the LGBT world right now. And most people are like not that into it, right? Most people are not too enamored with it. But Rossi Davis, loves it so much. Loves it so incredibly much. Here, 1 second. Share screen. So BBC just put out this graphic saying, what you're looking forward to most. And Yasmine Finney and Ruth Madley both seem to be very shoehorned in, right? Are they major characters? Are they just saying, look, we got a wheelchair one. Look at us. We're good people. Look, we got a tranny one. Oh, yes. Look at us, right? Look at us. We're so great. So, was it yesterday? I think in England we had there was a big trans rally. And we'll go for, where is this? More pride. Great. No. Where? I got too many things. There we go. So there's the first bit of footage from it.
Now! What do we want? Trans rights! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Trans rights! When do we want it? Now!
But what are the trans rights that they want that are being denied to them? Right? The right for me to believe that you can change your gender by changing your dress. Right? You do you, right? You do you, I'll do me. What are these rights that you're being denied? To take a shit wherever you want, to destroy female sports? Yeah, no, you don't have that. You don't have that right. Incredibly enough. No, you don't.
What do we want? Trans rights! When do we want it? Now!
Now, again, is cross-dressing a kink or an identity? I think it's a kink. I'm not going to dictate my views onto you, right? But I think it's a kink, right? And I think it's a kink that's dangerous to the world, right?
That's right. When do we want it? Now!
Fine. So, they want trans rights, which I think is why Yasmine Finney is front and center in this. And if she's as prominent as the other four people on, her and Ruth Madley, if they're as prominent as the other people on this, that's a big mistake, right? That is a big mistake. And here, look, bottom line is this. The trans movement, from what I can see, seems to be the most woman-hating, misogynistic movement I can possibly imagine. So this just came from that.
And be really fluffy and be really nice and say, yeah, be really lovely and queer and gay. No, if you see a turf, punch him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
I was going to come.
Yeah, dude. What's going on, right? What's going on? So, like, with that, it makes this sort of thing much more difficult. I mean, there's a lot of things make them much difficult. I mean, this, for example, makes the whole trans thing much more difficult. Putting the doggy mask person in there, right? That's just not good. Is that General Milley? God, faggot. Trans rights are human rights. What is the right that you want, Yasmin? Tell us. Please tell us these rights. So anyway, Toxic Fan has been spurging out about this. Social Tidia, whoever they are, said Jodie Whittaker said that while her personal responses have been overwhelmingly positive, yeah, look, mostly people aren't going to come up to you and say you were shit. I would. I wouldn't go up. Let's say I was on Graham Norton, right? And she was on the couch, and they'll say, "Hey, you're a Doctor Who fan." I said, "Yes." So, you excited to see Jodie Whittaker? I'm saying, sorry, you were absolutely awful in the role. You were unbelievably awful in the role, right? Shockingly terrible, and she was right. It's so yeah. But personally, people are generally speaking polite, and why not, right? Other than me. So Jordan Whittaker said her personal responses have been overwhelmingly positive. The negativity of media and the NFTs. Again, dude, like, why didn't you just call us the N-word, right? What's the difference? It's like, it's the same thing. Well, so much that she wouldn't have taken the role if she knew. If she knew that she was absolutely shit in every way, people would go, oh my God, you're absolutely shit. And if she was absolutely shit and relentlessly obnoxious about it, go, hey, don't be scared of me gender. I'm not scared of your gender, you dumb cunt. I'm scared of your lack of talent or ability to play the role. And apparently it was quite a reasonable fear. Don't you think? It seems to be a fear that played out to be 100% accurate because you were absolutely shit in the job. Oh, boo! I thought you were supposed to be one of these strong women. No? Stop boo-hooing, darling. That's why doctor writers have no social media policy for most cast and crew. Well, you should have a social media policy, right? Don't fuck off the fans, right? Suze Kempner, if I may point you. But anyway, the Tiny Tots. The Tiny Tots have taken this as a sign of their undying rightness, and that's why people like M&Ds were right to be called out. No, they were. Again, what did you call us out for? You called us bigots because we actually said things like arachnids in the UK was unwashable shit. And it was, Rosa, unwashable shit. Why was it unwashable shit? Because it was stuff full with agenda. When I say agenda, Rosa, I'm talking about critical race theory, which is pure racism, right? Pure racism, not based in reality in any other way, right? Dr. X says, I'm starting to add the let's give Rusty Davis a bar worth cleaning tag to my doctor videos. I don't know what that means. A bar worth clearing? Okay. You know what? I have no clue what his new Doctor is going to be like because I've never seen him write shit. But boy, is he signaling he's intending to, right? I mean, like his priorities does not seem to be on writing good Doctor Who. So basically, William, who desperately looking for validation. William, mate, William. Yeah, that's why you're looking for validation because you were wrong. You were wrong. I understand. You don't like hearing that. THEIR. The excuse was always, I can say what I want because Jodie can't see it. That was never my excuse. In fact, I wanted her to see it. Are you out your mind? I can say what I want because I can say what I fucking want. It's a free country. At least it used to be, but until cunts like you, got the vote, which should be ripped away from you. Yeah, we can all say what we want, but also the thing I wanted to say happened to be a reasoned critique of the utter, unending shit that was Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who, right? The unending shit. It didn't get any better. Actually, it did get better. I'm lying. Actually, that's the tragedy of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. It was always shit. It never got better, right? It was always shit. But it got less. It got more proficient, right? I mean, Flux was awful, but they shouldn't have the Yaz masturbating over the Jodie hologram scene. That was a bit much. But again, I like the Centaurans in it. And they had good cliffhangers. They didn't resolve the cliffhangers well. But fair dues, those cliffhangers were great. And the cold opening to the Centaur one, excellent, right? They did have a lot. And great cinematography. It looked fantastic. Again, Jodie Whittaker in the Crimea Wall going across to the TARDIS, which didn't have a door, right? And the lighting, that was really good. I mean, Jodie Whittaker was shit, but that was really good, right? I like to give credit where credit is, but basically it was shit, right? But it clearly did have an effect. Yes! Yeah, I'm sorry that again, John Barrowman, being cancelled by cunts like you, did have an effect on him, yeah. But, you'll find when he was doing Doctor Who, nobody really criticized him for anything because he was pretty darn good, right? People liked him, right? Until, again, you turn the cult vibe up to 50, right? Plus, that's just not how things work. You don't give abuse just because you think, okay, It wasn't abuse, and I'm happy for her to see anything, right? I'm happy for her to see this. Listen, I would, if she wants to come on and confront me about how dare I do this thumbnail, right, where she's holding a sex doll of herself, I'll tell you exactly why I did that, right? I have no problem with this whatsoever, right? It's called humor. I'm taking the piss out of her, which is why you don't like it, right? It's not abuse. It's satire, right? It's satire. And we're satirizing how unbelievably freaking awful she was as Doctor Who. Because she was, again, how awful was she? That awful, right? That awful. She wasn't very good, right? That uptick is purely David Tennant in the last 2 minutes. That, and what's the other uptick here? Was this uptick John Barrowman, and then this uptick David Tennant. And yeah, at least in Flux they worked out, keep Jodie Whittaker to an absolute minimum, right? An absolute minimum, and you know, and you know that seemed to work slightly better. I don't know what to tell you, mate. Like, again, she was shit. She failed, right? And that's just reality. Colin Archer is very accurately says over here. Oh, where'd it go? Come on. But satire and laughing at them is abuse to them. I understand, right? Because they're not stunning and brave, right? They are weak as bloody water, if I may quote Mrs. Slocum. That may quote her accurately. What's the next thing I have to get? We got that. Hang on, doink. Which says quite nicely into this. That how at least one thing was saved from the evil Jodie Whittaker reign, right? Even though, again, they did a pretty good job on the monsters. Basically, anything without Jodie Whittaker was okay. So this came out, in the least surprising thing ever. Pete McTeague begging for a job in the new Doctor Who, like, I'll suck your dick. I mean, like, Russell Davis said, well, you know, get in the line, mate. I got a ton of people here. You know, Jinx Monsoon's got to finish. Then it's Yasmine. You know, basically it's all about getting my dick sucked. I like a lot of that. And don't be wrong, I like it too. But dude, can you focus on Doctor Who a little bit? Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who episode almost brought back the Autons. Oh, Ecky Thump. Ryder, Pete McTeague. Oh, I love the video, the trailers he does for the Doctor Who Blu-rays. They always like a Pete McTeague movie, a Pete McTeague film. I like Pete, mate. Dial it back. And the last one, didn't the last one have? Like the opening line was about there being lesbians going spelunking together. Dude, why are we always focusing on 3% of the population, right? No one needs to be told it's okay to be gay, right? They're all fine with it. Everybody's fine, baby. In fact, the only thing we're not fine with is you waving your naked junk in my kid's face saying, this is normal. Same thing with the trans thing, okay? Look, bottom line is this. You all are screaming at us that this is normal! This is normal! This is normal, this is healthy. I don't agree with you, right? I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I don't agree with you, right? I don't think it is normal or healthy. I don't think this will lead you to a good life. I don't think this will lead you to a happy life, right? I don't think this is normal. Right? I don't think this is good for you, right? I think this is morally wrong. I am not imposing my morality on anyone. And also, I think you're full of shit because I don't think there's any rights that you don't have. But, like, what again? Somebody just explain what the bloody rights are, right? Raymond said it was completely cool when I was watching Crying Game 30 years ago. Yeah, but that's, like, again, that was back when it was a novelty, right? 1 second. Let's just look at this again, and we can try, like, where are we? Now! Like, again, I don't think there's happiness in the future for any of these people, right? And I think if it was one of my kids, I would be mortified not because they're going against the will of God, but they are going against the will of what I believe is God. But I think their lives will be shit because of it, right?
Trans rights! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Trans rights! When do we want it? Now!
Okay, again, you keep telling me this is normal. and you're screaming at me it's normal. It's normal. It's good. It's like, I don't believe you, right? I don't believe you.
What do we want? Trans rights. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Trans rights. When do we want it? Now.
Right, the reason I don't think this will lead to an ultimately happy life is this, because essentially your choice in life is you can do what you want or be the person you want to be. These people are doing what they want and they're telling themselves they're being the people they want to be, right? It's I just think it's going to lead to essentially misery, right? It's my belief, and again, I'm not imposing my belief on anyone. I'm saying that, anyhow, that is my belief. I'm not saying I don't think it. I think it's significantly less hateful than people who advocate trans rights for whatever they're missing. I have no idea. Are to religious people, people who believe in God, right? I think they're significantly less hateful. So significantly less hateful than they are to Jews. That's for fucking sure. Yeah, that's 100% accurate, and significantly less hateful to people who don't share their politics. They're just filled with hate, right? So it's not. I'm not even saying in a hateful way that I don't agree with you. I'm just saying, you know, I have my own worldview, and stop screaming to me that your one takes dominance over it in my own head, because it doesn't. Jodie Whittaker almost brought back the author. Right, a Pete Matigue movie, a Pete Matigue film, a film by Pete Matigue. I can't remember how he always said, but it's hilarious. Revisits the episode with RadioTimes.com. Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor faced every manner of Doctor Who monster, and they all should have killed her because she was shit with all of them, right? Oh, I keep on. That's impossible. I don't know what to do. Really? You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do in any fucking episode. You know, there was one Dalek. And you couldn't stop it without like a gang of people in the TARDIS. You just opened the doors. You're so insanely shit. It's unbelievable. Peter Capaldi's Doctor would have taken care of that between sips of tea while glowering at his console, walking around it, right? Yes, you are absolutely useless as Doctor Who. Writer Pete Matigue has confirmed that the episode which saw the Doctor, Yaz, Graham, and Ryan investigating strange phenomena was originally supposed to be include the Autons. As he visits season 11 episode Kablam for a new novelization. How's that selling, mate? I would love to see the sales figures compared with the other books. I would love to see those sales figures. Is it, we're practice. We really want to do a plastic story. It was a story about the impact on plastics on the planet. Also would have been an Alton story. See, that actually would have been an interesting way to tell your fucking story. Not like, oh, look, we got a gay spaceman and a gay policeman who are not gay at all. It was like, who look super duper straight, right? And there's something in the water and Jodie Whittaker. Is that the one which she tried? Yes. Oh, God. With that running scene, do I have that episode on file? 1 second, let's have a look. Like Jodie Whittaker running in that is classic beyond classic. 1 second, where is it? Jodie, Icky thump. Which episode was Praxius? Hang on. Okay. Now I've got to look it up. Doctor Who Praxius episode 6. Okay, fine. Let me see if I can pull up that clip, because you know it's been too long. We forgot how freaking awful she was, right? Oh, she might start crying. Icky thought, well, don't do shit, and don't be in a profession where people will look at your work and judge you on its fucking merits. I don't have to convert the file. Forget that. Maybe let's see how long it's going to take. Hang on. Maybe I'll finish the article. Let's whip open Handbrake. Okay, 1 second. Doctor Who. This doink. Be 11:06. Doink. Okay, and MP4. That's it. I wonder how long it's going to take to. I'll start converting it. Not long. Be like 2 minutes or so. It's just whizzing through it. Under 3 minutes. Fine. Let's read the article. She's so shit. Fine. So they wanted to be right. Pete Metiga on the episode. Fine. Blah blah blah. As he kablam blah blah blah. Alton story. Originally, that was going to be an Alton story. That was not. That will not surprise you to know. Yeah, it was very obvious. It's talking about plastics, right? In fact, it was weird that it wasn't an Alton story. It didn't become that, which is a shame. But I'm pleased. It was weirdly kind of prescient of the kind because it was about a pandemic 2 years before that happened. So that was kind of scary. No, it can only be prescient if anybody actually bothered to watch it, and nobody did, right? Prescience only works if there's any interest whatsoever. No, it's been memory hold instantly. Pete Mittig added, what did happen with the Alton side of it? I think at the time they were looking at the series as a whole. Chris Chibnall was deciding whether there were too many old elements, so it went out the window quite early on. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't stuff in as many member bearers as they possibly could. Anything to hide Whittaker. But again, this was season 11. They didn't realize how unbelievably bad she was then, right? Season 11 was mostly filmed before, mostly written, I think mostly filmed before season 10 even aired. It was season 10. Was it 10? I don't remember. Season 12, right? Yeah. So season 12 was basically filmed before season 11 even aired. They didn't realize how badly it was going to go down, I think. The Autons, which first appeared as as part of John Pertz's era, last featured in the Matt Smith two-part story Pandora. That doesn't really count. Right, the Romans, right? And they weren't really Autons. I mean, they were. But like an Alton story, I would say, would be Rose, where they were Altons being Altons, right? As for Kablam, McTeague recalls that Chibnall was keen to take on a space Amazon idea, with the pair being inspired by The Force Awakens. Well, that's not the good inspiration, which had recently been released. Just the energy of the film, the fun of it, I quite liked at the time. God, if only I knew what was coming, right? If only I knew what was coming down the pike. It was not good news, baby. So for me, it was really about adding more meat to the story, a lot of backstory, fleshing out the characters, making them gay, right? Yes, let's make the Spaceman and Warren Brown gay. That makes so much sense, right? So much insane sense. And being able to scale those pieces up was really good because 45 minutes of fast-paced television on a restricted budget. There's things you just can't achieve, like competence. Yeah. But in a novel, I was able to do everything I wanted, so I can't. Nobody cares, mate. Like genuinely, nobody cares. Has this converted it? Here we go. Let me see if I can find the clip of her running, because it is freaking hilarious, right? Every time. So it's not like the other Doctor Who stories where I make, every time, everything I see of this is awful. Oh, it's the wrong one. This is, what's the name? Demons of the Punjab. Fuck that. Hang on. Open source. Let's try it again. So 1206. Okay, let's try and convert that. Oh, that was dumb of me. Be another 3 minutes. Fine, let's look at this other article while we're waiting. Speaking of things that were shit in Doctor Who. Yes, he was. Adric was shit. Okay, get over it. But I think he was it John Nathan Turner's masturbatory fantasy. So that seems to have a fine, strong tradition in Doctor Who. Doctor Who star Matthew Aldridge was unprepared for show. It was a shock. Well, one expects that being Doctor Who will be a lot of fun, and sometimes it was, but a lot of the times it wasn't at all. Well, he was only 18, but I think he was having quite vigorous sex with Anthony Ainley. But a good, hard, rough shag, and then they would have sex. Matthew Waterhouse, star of Doctor who played Adric from 1982 and a brief appearance in 84, has spoken about the difficulties faced when first filming the series. Well, that big bondage scene with the Master I had to fight not to get a boner. But other than that, speaking in this month's SFX magazine, will be available from the 12th of July. So we'll be reviewing that on the 12th of July. By the way, I'm seeing Mission Impossible on Wednesday or Thursday. I hope it's Wednesday because I'd much rather live stream on Thursday. But we will see. So I'm not sure. I think that's the 12th, right? Wardhouse said it was absolutely amazing how little preparation there was. Yeah, right. There was zero, right? It was incredible. They just like gave them costumes, said off you go and do that. They had no idea what they're doing. Now, the fact they came out with anything halfway watchable was somewhat miraculous, I would say. Wait a minute, Doink. There we go. Where are we? So speaking, Waterhouse said that it was absolutely amazing how little preparation there was. Janet Fielding was like amazed that her changing room didn't have its own shower, and I think she's got a fair point, quite frankly. I had lunch with producer John Nathan Turner, and I went straight into rehearsals. Well, straight into rehearsals, give or take a blowjob. I wasn't even introduced to Tom Baker. Oh my God, yeah, his meeting with Tom Baker did not go well, right? Tom Baker was like not receptive at all. He was in a rough place in his life, right? He was just breaking up with Lala Ward, I think. Oh no, was he just No, he was just breaking up with Lala Ward at the time, and he kept talking about how he had like these rings of sweat under his armpit, and it's like complete disdain for him, right? So I wasn't even introduced to Tom. But Tom arrived late. Actually, for the first read-through, I remember him looking worse for wear. Yeah, he probably came in, strung over. That's very, very likely, right? Wardhouse also admitted he found the fourth Doctor star, Tom Baker, to be a very difficult man to work with, and his first three stories as Adric were depressing to make. Yeah, this is old news, right? Old news. Waterhouse continued, I don't like being negative, but I think the East Space trilogy is absolutely wonderful. I enjoy the East Space trilogy, right? I do. I mean, let me think. They all could have been better. Warriors Gate is certainly very good if you are off your tits. I mean, like, the more off your tits you are, the better Warriors Gate is. And makes more sense, strangely enough, right? Nearly the same too with Terminus. Steve Gallagher was a man that should have written Doctor Who years later, right? When they had the budget to achieve his vision. But man, this shows you how little Doctor Who news there is in the world. That they're scraping a Matthew Waterhouse interview out of SFX that comes out in a couple of days, right? One expects that being Doctor Who will be a lot of fun, and sometimes it was, but a lot of time it wasn't at all. I was completely unprepared for the shock. Okay, yeah, I get that. Waterhouse explained that again, this is such old news. Relationship with his co-star Lala Wall continued to contribute to the frosty atmosphere. Really, Lala Wall was a cold, frosty cunt. Who could have believed that? That's why the main reason I stopped buying the Gallifrey series from Big Finish. I mean, other than this was way before the Jodie years. It's just I couldn't take paying any more money to hear Lala Wall huff and sigh. I'm like, just leave me alone. And he found the dynamic together being very hostile, rowy and fighting. Well, they were in the middle of breaking up. You should have been there in season 17, where Lala Ward was literally dripping wet with excitement at the thought of Tom Baker. 1 second. Yeah. Let me find a clip from City of Death, right? That will where are we up to? Doink. Because you will see how unbelievably wet she is for Tom Baker. I mean, like, I think they had to mop the floor. In between Take City of Death. Doink. And firstly, she's wearing a schoolgirl uniform, right? But she is like the way she looks at Tom Baker. Oh no, now I'm into watching City of Death. But it's in the... Yeah, there we go.
We might spoil a priceless work of art. What? That man over there. Don't look.
I mean, she's dressed as a schoolgirl. Really, really, darling. I mean, like, I think that's you're saying something. But yeah, all the way through City of Death, she is like heaving with desire for Tom Baker. All right. While Waterhouse character Adric was killed, the actor continued to return to role on Big Finish, occasionally, including alongside Baker. Oh, he did a few, yeah, but look, he's older now. You know, much more mellow. This year, Big Finish is releasing an 8-part audio story called Once and Future. Which is the only thing I'm really kind of enjoying right now from Big Finish. I still haven't finished listening to the last Tom Baker box set, and I still haven't finished listening to the Master one, which is probably decent. I've lost any desire to, right? I really have. Speaking of which, great interview with Christopher Eccleston here. Where are we up to? Download. There we go. Where is that? Doink. Oh, we got that to get to as a 5. But there we go. So this is very Christopher Eccleston, very, very honest.
You kind of had a complicated relationship with Doctor Who for a number of years after you left the show.
I have a complicated relationship with everything. Don't we all?
What was your...
Except one time he had Adric was played by Manuel from 40 Tales. Yes, Andrew Sachs played old Adric in one of the Thomas Brewster stories.
First step to an improved relationship, like how did you get to that point?
Bankruptcy. Divorce. Custody battles.
Wow. Okay, he's just not a cheery guy.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, listen, people lie, don't they? Money.
That's fair.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'd love to say, because I love you all. It's a job as well. I loved playing the Doctor. I did not love some of the people I had to work with. Just like you don't like to love, like everybody who works in your office.
It's, I don't know how I feel about this. I like the honesty, right? I really genuinely love the honesty. And he said, look, I wanted money. I mean, but, you know, he had a very bad time making the show.
Yeah.
The first convention I did, I was stunned by the personal stories. I mean, I'm an actor. My job is to study people. And I get so much information from you all. I get...
Is that a compliment? I think it might be.
So much material. And the standard of the writing on Big Finish, I can't believe that.
Well, look, it was good, right? It was good, but man, I dropped out, right? I dropped out because it was full of agenda, right? I wish it was just story. And also it's weak, right? The box sets are just not worth the price, and I'm not interested.
Some of the dramas I've recorded for audio have not been used visually in the television series. That's the thing about Big Finish, that their writers are top draw.
Thank you so much. We're so happy to give you our money.
Thank you. I'm very happy to take it.
And again, I you know what? I think I prefer that to being lied to. I really do. So good for him. Good for him. Oh, is this nearly done? I was like 5 seconds ago. Here, 1 second. Let's just have a quick look at Jodie running, and then we'll look at something even more pathetic. Something that maybe Biden. So if this is the wrong episode, forget it. Stop. I hate not having a cold opening. Oh, yes, it's gay astronauts, of course. So they're like, okay, plastics. Oh, wait. This is one of the worst runs of all time.
I'm the Doctor, by the way.
Aramu and Suki.
Wait, did I miss the run, or is he? Because it is unbelievably bad. Where was it? Oh, there we go. This must be it. Oh, yes.
Especially work like this.
Need some help over here!
God. There's nothing about her that's remotely like Doctor Who. Okay, get ready. Okay, the main thing you need to do physically as Doctor Who is know how to run. Oh, I give up. Oh, I've got to save the ball. What they said, they put the cap on to make it. Oh, God. This is not bigotry saying this is shit, right? Here, give up.
Hey! Why is there always a big lads that need rescuing?
Go away. Oh, go away. Blight on humanity that you are. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.